Mick here again from the Hop Cartel, and one of your trusted admin for World Home Brew Club. So the last video we had the Red Skin Russian Imperial Stout. That was a cracker. Absolutely love that beer. Sat on it for a little while, allowed it to warm. It got better with age, the warmer it got. Those flavours develop quite differently over that time. Initially when I cracked it, I got the red skin, some roastiness, chocolate, sort of dried fruits, and as the beer got warmer, some of those, especially the red skin, sort of aroma and flavour tapered off. More of that alcohol came through. It was quite warming. Was hidden quite well to begin with, but as it got warmer, those flavours changed a hell of a lot throughout the sitting of that particular beer. So in this video I'm going to do another one of Craig's beers. This one, number 4, 17th of the 8th. I'm not sort of sure whether these are, well, I'm guessing they're from last year, but they do, being the style of beer they are, they do age well. They drink well young, and they drink exceptionally well with a bit of age. So number 4, 17th of the 8th. I'm not sure that's going to come up back to frontal or not. Another 330ml bottle, as was the last one. The raspberry milk stout, which is actually the long neck. That's still refrigerated. Most of the time, these sorts of beers I'll take out of the fridge and allow to sit for a while before pouring them off into a glass. It's starting to get a little bit cooler here. I think I'll have to adjust the temp controller that's running the keezer, which is currently storage for all the home brewing stuff until the taps and all the hardware are installed, which is not far off. Yeah, like I say, I think I'll have to adjust that temperature to bring it, just bring it up a notch. It's not struggling as much as what it was throughout those warmer months. Keep things cool, and I think it's over efficient at the moment. So anyway, we'll another nice little hiss off that one. Very similar in aroma from the bottle as the last one. So here we go. Drinking from the 3 Months glass again. Quite a solid head once again on that, and quite large. They are a hard beer to pour, especially being as solid as they are. They do take a while to settle down, so you can continue the rest of the pour, but that looks like it's going to hold pretty well. Some loose bubbles in there, but mostly compact, tight, solid foam. The aroma is, like I say, is very identical to the red skin Russian Imperial, but I don't think I'm going to get that red skin flavour. It's not quite exactly the same, being that this is just the standard Russian Imperial Stout. Once again, I've forgotten what the ABV is, but I'll add it into the video as a caption, and go from there. Okay. Coffee. Vanilla. Very close to a vanilla bourbon stout that I had. Would have been around about this time last year that I was given. Almost like a vanilla, like a roasted coconut, vanilla, chocolate. I'm getting there. He's done really well with these Imperial Stouts. I'll give him that. This one's a lot sweeter than the red skin one, which I find a little bit strange. I would have expected the red skin Reese to be a lot sweeter than the standard Reese. Especially being a higher alcohol, I guess that wouldn't follow through as much with the high ABVs. Would probably have a more of a dry sort of dry finish on the tongue, on the mouth. Other than that, I don't, and once again I'm one of those that don't like to score people's own brews. The red skin Reese, that I would have to say that it's definitely up there with some of the best I've had. Probably only one of the second or third red skin Reeses that I've had, one being my own. Craig's absolutely annihilated my version by a long shot. He's done pretty well with them. This one, standard Reese, I've not played around with sort of a standard version of it, more flavoured ones that I've played around with. But this, I went away from doing those styles of beers, but these two I'd so far I think they've drawn me back a little bit. I think I'm going to go back into giving these a go again, only because I think perfecting them like that could become quite addictive to brew, especially if you can smash out those recipes and get them right. every time. Outcomes like that. Once again, the alcohol starting to come through. More alcohol, more coffee. That is well balanced. That's sort of that vanilla, initial vanilla. That's backed off a bit, which is good. Allowing that coffee to come through a bit more. Prominently the alcohol and the coffee sitting there quite well, isn't it? There's another flavour in there. I just can't pick it. Whether it be an addition that he's done or I think it's more of a fresh sort of, well, a vanilla bean. On the initial opening and tasting, it was more of a processed vanilla. It's warming now. It's more of a genuine vanilla. It's creamier, which would be probably the best way to explain a genuine vanilla addition. Not that he's probably done that, or I don't know whether he has. It's a nice touch, and cheers. Thanks, Craig. Another cracking job. It's hard to stop drinking them, but when they're high alcohol, it's probably a good thing to let it sit and. Excuse me. I think my versions were more along the lines of very porty. By porty I mean like a tawny port, less coffee, less roast, less sort of those darker grains. Those roasted grain flavours were probably masked more from I guess fortified solid alcohol flavours, being more to the fortified side, which is slightly what his Redskin Russian Imperial was like, but the other flavours that would on the front and back palate sort of disguise any of those sorts of flavours that I was getting from the one that I'd done. One be also that his was a higher alcohol, a lot higher. This version here, it is slightly higher than the one that I'd done as well. It doesn't, mine wouldn't have quite fallen into that Russian Imperial Stout category if it had been judged. I guess the flavours are quite strong, and it's honesty, I guess, is what you'd be calling for if you would be judged on something like that. You could either say it's high ABV, or it could be under and still no one would know, but you certainly can tell once you've had a couple of mouthfuls. You get that numbing of the lips, slight numbing on the palate, but those flavours are still bold enough to be able to, you know, develop that sense. So no, well done. I'm quite impressed. Like I said in the last video, I'll definitely have to get back in touch with him and get some recipes. The next one, being a long neck, I'm not sure whether I'll do it directly after or not, but anyway, yeah, very good. He only lives sort of half a kilometre away from myself, excuse me, so nice and close. We'll definitely stay in touch, and hopefully we can do some trading, some beer swaps, and he may be able to make use of my oversupply of hops. I still have a fair bit in the freezer that I need to use up, so I wouldn't mind getting these recipes off him and using the metal frill and the Hurstbrucker in something like this. It's probably not really called for. I have used the Hurstbrucker in a porter, worked out quite well. Has sort of that spice and a slight little bit of fruit about my Hurstbrucker here. So I might get the recipes and go from there. Anyway, cheers for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe, get involved. Head on over to the World Home Brew Club, the Hop Cartel, and have a bit of a look around. And there's some useful links there. There's some other members there who have got pages, all those sorts of different pages, being hop related, beer merchandise. You got Get Hopped, the merchandising company that we use. They do our shirts for us. They also do their own shirts, glassware, party kegs, stuff like that. Definitely worth a look. So you will find within the World Home Brew Club page plenty of links, interesting stuff associated with our page, and yeah, get involved. Got anyone you know who's interested in joining? Send them through. Cheers.